Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari Jaya Muspa Paramahansa Paribhajagacharya Sattvarishya Smadhati Bhakti Saraswati Goswami Bhagavati Jaya Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Ki Jaya Navacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jaya Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivacharya Gaur Bhakti Jaya Shri Shri Radha Krishna Mo Gopinath Sam Khand Radha Khand Giridhan Ki Jaya Vrindavan Dham Ki Jaya Navadvip Dham Ki Jaya Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Jamuna Mai Ki Jai, Guru Dwarka Dham Ki Jai, Swami Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, all glories to the Assembly. All glories to the Assembly. Thank you very much.
All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you, Prabhupada.
Translation. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we can see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths.
So, very interesting verse. That before calamities, danger, that is very good if such danger and calamities remind me of Krishna. That is very good. Tattenu kampa susumiksamana bunyana evatma kritam vipakam. A devotee, how he receives dangerous position. Danger must be there. Danger because this place, this material world is full of dangers. These foolish persons, they do not know that. They are trying to avoid the dangers. That is struggle for existence. Everyone is trying to become happy and avoid danger. This is the material business. Attantika sukham. Attantik sukh, ultimate happiness. A man is working and thinking, let me work now very hard and let me have some bank balance. So when I shall get old, I shall enjoy life without any working. That is the inner intention of everyone. Nobody wants to work. As soon as he gets some money, he wants to retire from work and to become happy. But that is not possible. You cannot be happy in that way. Here it is said, apunar bhavadarshana. The real danger is, she is picking up apunar. Apunar means, a means not. And punarbhava means repetition of birth and death. The real danger is repetition of birth and death. That has to be stopped. And not this so-called danger. This is all, the material world is full of dangers. Padang padang jada vipada. Just like if you are on the ocean. If you are on the ocean, you might have very strong ship, very safe ship. But that is not safety. Because you are on the sea, at any time there can be dangers. Perhaps you remember from your country, there was, what is that, Titanic? Everything was safe, but on the first voyage it was drowned. And all important men of your country, they lost their life. So danger there must be, because you are in a dangerous position. This material world itself is dangerous position. So our business is, the danger must be there. Our business should be how to cross over the sea as soon as possible. So long you are on the sea, you are on the dangerous position, however strong your ship may be. That's a fact. See, you should not be disturbed by the sea waves. Just try to cross over the sea, go to the other side. That is your business. Similarly, so long we are in this material world, there must be dangerous calamities, because this is the place of calamity. So our business is, even within these calamities, dangers, how we develop our Krishna consciousness, and after giving up this body, we go back to home, back to Krishna. That should be our business. We should not be disturbed by the so-called calamities. They are not so-called, they are factual. So, this question was there by Arjuna to Krishna, that whatever you are speaking, it is all right, that I am not this body, I am soul. Everyone is not this body, he is soul. So on the annihilation of this body, stop that. On the annihilation of the body, the soul will exist. But when I see my son is dying, or my grandfather is dying, I am killing, how can I solace me that my grandfather is not dying, my son is not dying? Simply it is changing, because I am accustomed to think like that. So there must be grief. So Krishna replied, yes, that's a fact. But that you must have to tolerate. That's all. There is no other way. Tang titikasa bharat. Krishna never said that these are not facts. What Arjuna explained, that I know that when my son is dying, my son is changing the body, or my grandfather is dying, changing the body. I know this. But still, because I am affectionate on the skin, so I must suffer. The Krishna replied, yes, the suffering is there, because you are also on the bodily concept of life. So suffering must be there. So there is no other remedy than to tolerate. There is no other remedy. Matra sparshastu kontiya sitosna sukha dukkhada. Just like in your country, it is very chilly in the morning to take bath, a little difficult task. But does it mean that those who are devotees, they will stop taking bath? No. Even it is chilly, cold, one must take bath. The duty must be done. The duty must be done. Even it is little suffering. That is called tapasya. Tapasya means we must prolong or proceed with our Krishna consciousness, business, in spite of all dangerous and calamitous condition of this world. This is called tapasya. Tapasya means voluntarily accepting the difficulties of life. Sometimes tapasya, in the system of tapasya, in hot season, summer, and scorching heat of the sun, still they ignite some fire all down and sit down in the midst and meditate. There are some processes of tapasya like that. In chilly cold, one goes into the water up to the neck and meditates. These things are prescribed in tapasya, but Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not give you such prescription. He gives you very nice program. Chant, dance and take prasad. Still we are unwilling. We cannot accept this tapasya. You see, we are so fallen. Susukham kartum abhyam. This is a kind of tapasya which is very easy to do and it is very pleasant. Still we are not agreeable. We shall rot in the street, lie down anywhere and everywhere, and still I shall drink and have sex and lie down. So what can be done? We are giving good facilities. Come here, chant, dance, and live very peacefully and take Krishna Prasad, be happy, but people will not accept. That is called misfortune. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore said, Etadasi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi duddaiva idrisamiha janinanuragam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nam namakari bahuda nijasadva shakti. In the transcendental holy name of God, Krishna, there is all potencies. As Krishna has got unlimited potencies, similarly in the name, holy name of Krishna, there is unlimited potency. So, Nam Namakari Bodha, and there are many names of Krishna. Krishna has got thousands and thousands of names. Krishna name is the chief name. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sattva Shakti Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kala. And there is no hard and fast rule that you have to chant in this time or that time. No, any time. Any time you can take. And the name is identical with Krishna. On this logic, the name, holy name of Krishna is Krishna, is no other than Krishna. Don't think that Krishna is living in Goloka Vrindavan and the name is different. Just like in material world we have got this conception. The name is different from the fact. But in absolute world there is no such difference. That is called absolute. The name is as potential as Krishna is potential. So, you have got this tongue, you can chant Krishna, Hare Krishna. Immediately you become directly in touch with Krishna. Immediately. Because the name Krishna and Krishna person is not different, identical. So even if you think that Krishna is far, far away, Krishna is not far, far away. Krishna is within you. He is not far away. He is far away, at the same time nearest. So, even if you think that Krishna is far, far, his name is there. You chant Hare Krishna, Krishna becomes immediately available. Anyamitas. And for making Krishna available in this shortcut way, there is no hard and fast rule. You can chant any time. Immediately you get Krishna. Just see the mercy of Krishna. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that etadisi tava kripa. My dear Lord, you have given me so nice facilities to contact you, but I am so unfortunate. I have no attachment for this thing. I have no attachment. I have got so many attachments for other things, but I have no attachment for chanting Hare Krishna. This is my misfortune. Krishna has given so much facilities that he is present before you by transcendental vibration in his name, and the name has got all the potencies of Krishna. So if you remain in contact with the name, you get all the benefit of Krishna's benediction, but still I am not inclined to chant Hare Krishna. This is misfortune. So, a devotee never takes dangerous position as very reverse position or very calamitous position. He welcomes. Because a surrendered soul, he knows either danger or festival. These are all different demonstration of Krishna. Krishna is absolute. In its Shastra it is said that just like there are two kinds, two sides, religiosity and irreligiosity, just the opposite. But in the Shastra it is said the religiosity is just the front portion of God, and irreligiosity is the back portion of God. So, God's front portion or back portion, is there any difference? God is absolute. Therefore, a devotee, either in opulence or in danger, he is not disturbed. He knows both these things are Krishna. Either in dangerous position. Now Krishna has appeared before me as danger. Just like Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad Maharaj and Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev is dangerous to Hiranyakashipu. And he is the supreme friend to Prahlad Maharaj, the same personality. Similarly, God is never dangerous to the devotee. Devotee is never afraid of danger. He is confident that the danger that is another feature of God. So why shall I be afraid? I am surrendered to him. So Kunti Devi says that Vipada Santu. Vipada Santu Ta Sasat. Because she knows how to remember Krishna at times of danger. So she is welcoming danger. My dear Lord, I welcome such dangers when I can remember you. Just like Prahlad Maharaj, he was always thinking of Krishna when his father was putting him in dangerous position. So, if you are put into the dangerous position, and if that dangerous position gives an impetus to remember Krishna, that is welcome. That is welcome. Oh, I am getting this opportunity of remembering Krishna. So how it is welcome? It is welcome because seeing Krishna means I am advancing in my spiritual life so that I will not have to suffer any more of this dangerous position. Takta dehang punarjanma naiti mami kripantiya. If you become advanced in Krishna consciousness, then the result will be, after giving up this body, Krishna says, Takta deham, after giving up this body, punat janma naiti, you don't take birth again in this material world. That is wanted. Suppose I am very comfortable at the present moment. My body is kept in a very comfortable position. But there is death and there is another birth. So after giving up this body, if I get the body of a cat and dog, then what is the meaning of this comfortable position? Because death is sure. And janmantam, tatha dehantaram. Dehantaram means you have to accept another body. If you do not know what kind of body you are going to get, you can know it. That is stated in the Shastra, that if you have got such and such mentality, you get such and such body. So, in a comfortable position, if I keep myself in the dog's mentality, then I am going to get my next life as dog. Then what is the value of this comfortable position? I may be in comfortable position for 20 years, 50 years, or at most 100 years. And after that comfortable position, when I give up this body, if due to my mentality I become a cat and dog and mouse, then what is the benefit of this comfortable position? These people, they do not know that. They think, especially in this age, that I am now in comfortable position. I have got enough money, I have got enough state, I have enough comforts, enough food. So, as soon as the body is finished, so I am not going to take birth again. So long I am living, let me enjoy life. This is the modern philosophy, hedonism. But that is not the fact. Kunti is therefore anxious, apunar bhava darshanam. Apunar bhava, not to repeat. If you see always Krishna, that is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means always thinking of Krishna. Your consciousness should be absorbed in Krishna thought. Therefore, we give different varieties of engagement. Krishna consciousness. We should not divert our energy. Now, when we are selling bow, that is Krishna consciousness. We are selling bow. But if we think that the selling bow may be diverted into selling jewelry, that is not very good idea. That is not very good idea. Then we become again jeweler, punarmashika bhava. Again become mouse. We should be very much careful. Our Krishna consciousness cannot be diverted, then you are gone to hell. Even there is danger, even there is suffering in Krishna consciousness, we should tolerate. That is the instruction. We should welcome that danger and pray to Krishna. What is that prayer? Tatte nukampa susumikshaman. My dear Lord, it is your great mercy that I am put into this dangerous position. And that is the viewpoint of devotee. He doesn't take danger as danger. He takes it is Krishna's mercy. What kind of mercy? Bhunjana evatma kritang vipakam. Due to my past activities, I was to suffer so much. But you are mitigating that suffering, giving me little suffering. Just like a token punishment. Sometimes in the court, a big man is culprit. So if the judge wants $100,000, he can pay immediately. But he asks for me, you just give 1 cent. Because that is also punishment, but minimizing. Similarly, we have to suffer on account of our past deeds. That's a fact. You cannot avoid. Karmani niddhati kintu cha bhakti vaja. But those who are in devotional service, those who are in Krishna consciousness, their sufferings are minimized. A token. Just like one who has to be killed. See, instead of being killed with his knife, he gets some little cut on the finger. In this way, karmani niddhati kintu sabha, those who are in devotional service, they are aham tang sarva pape bhamakkhosyami. Krishna assures that I give you protection from the reaction of sinful life. So, when there is very, very grievous criminal activities behind it, sometimes it is like that. Instead of hanging him, there may be a little cut by the knife on the finger. This is the position. So why should we be afraid of danger? We should simply depend on Krishna consciousness, because if we leave Krishna conscious in any circumstances, then my benefit is that I am not coming again in this material. Apunar bhava darsana. Repeatedly as you think of Krishna, as you see Krishna, as you read of Krishna, as you work for Krishna, somewhere or other, if you remain in Krishna consciousness, that is your benefit. And that benefit will save you from taking birth again in this material world. That is real benefit. And if I have become little comfortable by so-called other engagement, and if I forget Krishna and I have to take birth again, then what is my benefit? We should be very much careful about this. Krishna consciousness cannot be disturbed at any circumstances. Even there is heavy suffering. That is the instruction of Kunti Devi. Kunti Devi is welcoming. Vipada santu ta tatrata. Like that. Because before winning the battle of Kurukshetra, all these Pandavas were put into so many dangerous positions that is already described in the previous verses. Sometimes they are offered poison, sometimes they are put into the house, lack, and it was set fire. Sometimes big demons, man-eaters and big fighters. Every time they lost their kingdom, lost their wife, lost their prestige, they were put into the forest, full of dangers. But within all those dangers, Krishna was there. With all those dangers. When the Draupadi was being naked, Krishna was there supplying cloth. Krishna was always there. Therefore, Bhishma, while he was dying, he was grandfather of the Pandavas. So when the Pandavas came to see him on his deathbed, so he cried that these boys, my grandsons, they're all very pious, Maharaj Yudhishthira, the topmost pious person. His name is Dharmaraj, the king of religiosity. He is the eldest brother. And Bhim and Arjuna, they are devotees and so great hero. They can kill thousands of men. They are so powerful. So Yudhishthira is there, and Bhima is there, Arjuna is there, and Draupadi is directly the goddess of fortune. There was this injunction that wherever Draupadi will be there will be no scarcity of food. In this way, the combination was so nice. And over and above them, Krishna is always with them. And still they are suffering. So he began to cry. I do not know what is the arrangement of Krishna. But such pious men, such devotees, they are also suffering. So, don't think that because I have become a devotee, there will be no danger, no suffering. And Prahlad Maharaj suffered so much, the Pandavas suffered so much, Haridas Thakur suffered so much. But we should not be disturbed by those suffering. We must have firm faith, firm conviction that Krishna is there, he will give me protection. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranasati. Don't try to take benefit of other shelter than Krishna. Always stick to Krishna. Krishna says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranasati. My dear Arjuna, you can declare it to the public that my devotees are never vanquished. Why declaration?
4 books. He had also asked me, could he be Krishna conscious and still be a soldier? And Srila Prabhupada looked at me and he said, so how did you answer? And I said, I told him, Srila Prabhupada, that the Bhagavad Gita was spoken to the greatest warrior in human history. Which it was kind of a, Prabhupada was charmed by that because he looked over at Harisari like, this guy really knows how to lay it on. So then he looks back at me and he waits for a second. He takes a couple steps, and then he looks back at me and he goes, you have answered rightly. Arjuna was a military man. Just like that. He was just enlivened by, the simple frankness of it. And he confirmed it. We were in Chicago. Somebody said to Prabhupada, sometimes they're taking the books, they're tearing them up, they're throwing them in the trash. His immediate retort. He stops, he turns, he says, they're throwing their babies in the trash. What can be done? What can be done? We cannot prevent that. Prabhupada said, but even they touch the book before they throw it in the trash, it makes some benefit. Immediately we're like, well, there's no problem there, If we would get attacked by anybody physically, we literally thought, you're trespassing. We own the airport. And we're letting you use it. You understand? Now that's, of course, to anyone in material consciousness, they would think that's outrageous or very cultish or whatever, But quite literally, that was our inner sense of what was happening. We would go into malls. The first airports I distributed, besides when I worked with Tripura a little bit in LA, and I did Chicago for a little while, then I went up to Minnesota. But the first airport I worked was actually Hawaii, and it was illegal. So for 4 months, I worked that airport every day, and I used to run from the cops, dodge the security cops. They were actually Hawaii cops. But one day, the cop arrested me and took me in the office. And he threw me up against the wall. He was very, very thuggish. Not too professional. Big guy. So he pushes me up against the wall, and he grabs my shirt. And he goes, "Now listen, I'm not going to tell you again. Don't come back here. Don't come back. I'll have you arrested." And I looked at him, and I said, "I'm not going to tell you again. I'm coming back every day." And he looked at me, and he was completely flummoxed. He said, "Do you want me to arrest you?" I said, "You can arrest me. I'm single." He said, "You're single?" I said, "I'm single. I don't have a wife. I don't have any kids. You can arrest me. I can sit in jail for a few days. No big deal." And he started laughing. He said, You don't care." I said, "No, I don't care at all." I said, "But as soon as I get out, I'm going to come back here." I said, "I give out 40, 50 of these books every day, mostly to service guys. They need these books. They need these books. These books are very important." So then the guy lets go of him, and he backs up. And I start preaching to him. And in my mind, I just prayed to Prophet. I said, "Prophet, give me the right thing to say." I said, "You know, you follow me around so much. You kind of catch me all the time." I said, "You're thinking about me all the time." And then he's like embarrassed, right? I said, "I think you should read one of these books. I think that's why you're following me. Krishna wants you to follow me." I said, "Take this book home, read it. If you really feel that there's nothing of value in this book, then okay. But," I said, "I think you'll find something of value." So the next day, I had one of the devotee women make me a cheesecake at the temple. And I took it to the airport. And I hunted for him. I didn't wait for him to catch me. I hunted for him. And gave him the cheesecake. And he looked at me and said, "All right, okay. All right, I read your book, a little bit of your book. I read enough. You're okay." He said, "But I got a boss. And he's going to get on my case if I don't get on your case." So he said, "So you do me a favor. When you see me walking, you sit down. Don't talk to people. Let me walk through, walk away, go in the other airport, or wing, and then you go back to what you're doing. Is that okay?" I said, "We got a deal." And I shook his hand. And we had that kind of authority. We felt that we had this authority because Prabhupada was absolutely cracking the whip. He was cracking the whip in the most loving, wonderful way. That we were, it was impossible to say no to Prabhupada. Because he was literally like the king and the general. The book distributors especially, we saw him in that generalship, kingly way, probably more so than maybe others, because that was the relationship that we had. And in Chicago, there were so many different situations where we got arrested in Chicago, we got arrested in Denver, we got arrested in Hawaii, both on book distribution and Harinam. In New York, we used to get chased constantly by the cops in LaGuardia Airport, till finally we kind of struck a deal with them. They gave us an area to work. And I used to bring the cop, every Friday I used to bring him a cheesecake. And when I failed to bring him a cheesecake, he would come out and look for me. And he would get upset. He would say, "Hey, where's my cheesecake?" And I know, because I met devotees from, when I went to Mayapur in 75 and 76, I met devotees, men, brahmacharis from Australia, from England, from Germany, from Sweden, and from other places, but, France. And they were all cut out of the same wood. And they all had stories of, how hard they were pushing to distribute those books. Truthfully, we were pushing much more than we pushed since. And we didn't care. And a lot of devotees will look back now and say, that was wrong to do, or that really yielded the wrong result, or didn't make any friends, or whatever, right? But the fact of the matter is, if you look at this country today, we need to start pushing again. We need to start making waves, getting some feedback. The way Bud and I pass out books at Rockefeller, that's one thing. We're gifting people the books, and there's not going to be anything negative. But imagine if we had 1,000 men in America again, ready to be brahmachari for 5 years, and ready to go into every possible situation and distribute Bhagavad Gita. And we have 40 years of experience now translating for people this message that Prabhupada gave us, which is simultaneously beautiful, all-knowing, thrilling, attractive, and problematic, or problem-solving. It's everything, right? And we have much more knowledge of this now than we had then. But the thing was, at that particular time, Srila Prabhupada was, he made it clear. When he came to Chicago, and the reporter walked up to the window and stuck the microphone in his face and said, Swamiji, why have you come to Chicago? Without skipping a beat, Prabhupada picked up the Time magazine. On the cover it said, Crime, Why, and What to Do. And Prabhupada picked up the magazine and said, why? Because you have a very big problem here in Chicago. Too much crime. Here it says crime, why, and what to do. I have come to show you why and what to do. And all the devotees who were around the car, they just like, if his Prabhupada was, Prabhupada was not like any other guru, sadhu, all the people that are out there today talking about Prabhupada was, it was like he was showing up with guns blazing. Guns blazing. He put everybody on the hot seat, and we loved it. You know? He was like Muhammad Ali. For the next 20 years, I'll whip any man from any country, any time, any place. That's what Prabhupada was like. He was like, I'm from Goloka. I'm not from here. I'll take you all on, one at a time or all together at the same time. Let's go. You know. And all the devotees had that same. We got that from Prabhupada. As a matter of fact, Prabhupada formed the BBT in 72. The largest number of devotees to join the movement joined from the time the BBT was started till Prabhupada left the planet. I mean, there might have been 1,000 devotees up till then, and then suddenly, and most of us, myself included, or myself more than anyone, have no earthly idea how I went from where I was to how I became a devotee in the space of 3 months. I have no earthly idea how that happened. But I was a passionate athlete, smart enough and articulate enough that I could be a book distributor, but I have no idea how Krishna. But then Krishna looked over and he said, this guy, he's got all this energy. It will be completely squandered in the material world. Totally wasted. My pure devotee is over here, and he's got a serious task to do. So here's one of 1,000. I'm going to grab by the hair, pull them right out of their material world, whatever it is. So many book distributors were musicians, athletes, right? Or losers from the material perspective, right? And then suddenly, just dragged by Krishna in and said, here, my pure devotee wants so desperately to accomplish all of this. Now you get the mercy here. You get the credit, you get the mercy, you get the fun, you get the joy, you get the excitement. It was exciting going on Sankirtan during that period, more than it's ever been since. You never knew what was going to happen. You never knew. It was always going to be someone would respond in an amazing way to the book itself. Someone would respond in a negative way, and then eventually later they'd get turned and become your friend. It was amazing. Miraculous things would happen. Miraculous. And we got to witness it. So how it happened, we have no idea. And actually every book distributor that I know that went through that period of that 10, 12 year period intensely, they're all like veterans who are not damaged by the war. They're actually looking forward to the next war. You know, they would love to be engaged like that. So, you know, Prabhupada, he injected something very special. And he said in Washington, when Mother Meena said, Prabhupada, it seems so strange that you tell us women should be so chaste and shy and quiet and submissive. And Prabhupada, yes. What is the difficulty? And she said, well, that's not my question. My question is, you also send us out every day on Sankirtan. And we have to stop men in the street. We have to smile at them, and we have to speak nicely to them, and we have to talk to them, and then we convince them to give us money. I said, yes, what is the difficulty? And she said, well, it seems, you know, one is at odds with the other. And Prabhupada looked at her and he said, oh, she said, it seems that you're asking us in some situations to be aggressive when we're not really supposed to be aggressive. And Prabhupada said, he looks at her and he goes, I am also an aggressor. I came to this country, I was aggressive. I was very aggressive. You also can be aggressive. But then Prabhupada said, well, you must learn how to be a lion on the chase and lamb at home. So Prabhupada said, when you get home, then you can be Mataji. He said, is that all right? And she's smiling from ear to ear. She knows, oh, this is ecstatic. I can go out every day and be an aggressor and stop people and, hey, you're not your body. Guess where you come from? Guess what? You're actually a rich man. You're a wealthy man. You just don't know it. You come from a very wealthy family. Take a look. And then come back to the temple and be just simple devotee. So Prabhupada was the powerhouse behind all of that. He was the powerhouse, and sometimes it was quietly injected, and sometimes it was really powerfully injected. And everyone felt it, you know. Je anilo premadana karuna prachu.
Hare Krishna. So we're running a little bit late. We agreed with the devotees we would finish by 8:20, so it's 8:26 now. So we're trying to make things quick, but the list is long to read. Shaktaveshwaru wanted to mention something briefly now, and then tomorrow morning after Mangalarti we can announce a little bit more in depth, just in keeping with time constraints. But this fortunate people, we now have some little business cards. I think you gave me one earlier. I don't have it on me though. We have some business cards that devotees can pass out, and especially for brand new people, this is a nice way to connect them to Krishna consciousness, or to, especially like I said, for new people. So it's very simple. It just says, become truly fortunate and fortunate people. And it's a Facebook page. It's been running since last year it was launched. And a few devotees are monitoring the page when people go and visit, and they regularly upload different articles and kind of pictures and different things to entice people. And then the devotees who are monitoring this page, they connect with them by Facebook. Bhakti Vilma, who was here, stayed in the ashram for a while. She was doing this regularly, and I think she wound up bringing, how many, Shakti? Somewhere 5 to 10 brand new people who were met on the street and then connected through the Facebook, and she just communicated back and forth with them and wound up bringing them eventually to the temple. So this is one area with book distribution that is often unfortunately neglected, which is that we give out thousands and thousands of books, but we don't create any real avenues for helping to bring and reap the harvest of all the seeds that we sow. So this is one very, very new and kind of cutting edge method. Of course, so many people are on Facebook these days, and like that, you can try to connect them. And if you're interested in the project, we also need more people who would like to help with following people up online. So this is a nice service that you can do from anywhere in the world. In fact, one of Prabhupada's disciples, her name is Mohanasini Mataji in America. She was really inspired by the idea, and she's probably one of the main people now who's monitoring the page and keeping in touch with people and updating and adding lots of stuff. So it's opportunity for devotees to be engaged in service and preaching in a different way that they can do from their own home or wherever when they're on the road. And it's also a way to connect people to Krishna consciousness like this. So it's mainly focused at really brand new people, and the idea is to kind of bring them in a little gradually, so that, because I know I meet a lot of people on the street, and I used to just send them to our website, and they go to the website and it would just be like mind-blowing for them. Like, what is all this, especially Western people. So this site is really gauged to help bring people in a little bit and give them little tasters of karma and yoga and meditation and yoga and like that, and to just kind of gradually bring them in. But it definitely is something that's working. So please pass out the cards. We also have some other flyers that are coming soon. We're just finishing the designs for that, which will be a new bookmark flyer to invite people to the temple for the lunch program and the Sunday feast. And on the back explains the Maha Mantra and mantra meditation as in the same way as the old one, but also now we'll list all the local centers and a person to contact in their local area. So from Kingston, Wimbledon, Croydon, South London, Crawley, Brighton, Rochester, so all of the places in our area that we're distributing, then we can try to connect people like that. And then at the bottom, we're just adding a way that people can donate. So either online or via text message. So we'll have that information on the flyer also. Okay. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution. Okay. Okay, so we'll read through the scores. Yesterday in Radha's Boutique, big day, distributed 9 books for 452 Lakshmi points. Transcendental Shopping Ki Jai, in Govinda's Restaurant, although only half a day open, distributed prasadam to 97 customers for 1,126 Lakshmi points. And on book distribution yesterday, Again, 22 scores reported, so really phenomenal and amazing Sunday and participation in the marathon this year so far. So please, everyone get involved. Everyone who's watching at home, please get involved. Tomorrow's Gita Jayanti, nice opportunity to sponsor some books, distribute Bhagavad Gitas to friends, family members, colleagues at work, school associates, barnyard animals, trees, whatever, whoever, wherever, just get them out there. So yesterday, 22 scores, starting with Bhakta Madhav, collected 10 Lakshmi, distributed 6 medium books for 3 book points. Dad's Army, 2 days running. Doesn't sound like Dad's Army anymore. Sounds like they're really mobilizing and putting things into effect. 14 Lakshmi, 2 big, 1 Maha big for 4 book points. Bhakta Darius, 8 Lakshmi, 4 medium, 1 big, 1 Maha big for 5 book points. Russian Bhakti Vriksha out on the book table yesterday, 26 Lakshmi, 10 medium, 1 Maha big, 7 book points. They also brought back one young brand new person to the Sunday Feast program yesterday, so that was very exciting. Bhakta Kleber, 24 Lakshmi, 9 medium, 2 Maha big for 8.5 book points. Aniruddha Prabhu, 30 Lakshmi, 3 medium, 5 Maha big for 11.5 book points. Dayomora Prabhu, 37 Lakshmi, 27 medium, 1 big, 1 Maha big for 16.5 book points. Shaktivesha Avatar Prabhu, 44 Lakshmi, 8 medium, 8 big, 3 Maha big for 18 book points. Bhaktavayu, 44 Lakshmi, 24 medium, 1 big, 3 Maha big for 19 book points. Jainitai Das, 50 Lakshmi, 38 medium books, 19 book points. That's not correct. Our Sankirtan administrator. Actually, I tried to distribute some sets of books at the Sunday Feast yesterday, and unfortunately I was not successful. But I made a good presentation, and it was good, right? But it didn't work, so anyway, but someone did buy a set of Srila Prabhupada Leelamritas, which isn't here on the score sheet, so anyway. Bhakta Sami, 54 Lakshmi, 26 medium, 4 big, 1 Maha big for 19 book points. Bhakta Dimitri, 65 Lakshmi, 36 medium, 4 big for 22 book points. Bhakta Pasha, 78 Lakshmi, 20 medium, 12 big, 1 Maha big for 24 book points. Bhakta Vince, 84 Lakshmi, 45 medium, 1 Maha big for 26.5 book points. Bhakta Rajesh, 103 Lakshmi points. 28 medium, 5 big, 7 Maha big for 33 book points. Bhakta Nimai, 80 Lakshmi, 7 medium, 4 big, 13 Maha big, 33.5 book points. Jayatra Prabhu, 140 Lakshmi points, 12 big, 12 Maha big for 36 book points. Bhakta Tom, 122 Lakshmi points. Oh, he's cutting in front of you, Raj. What's happening here, man? 78 medium books, 2 Maha big books for 43 book points. Baba Bhakti's mentee group. Ladies, still ahead of you guys. What's going on? 138 Lakshmi, 5 medium, 2 big, 24 Maha big books for 52.5 book points. Bhakta Neer, 119 Lakshmi points, 12 medium, 25 Maha big books for 56 book points. Bhakta Nikita, 203 Lakshmi points, 121 medium books, 15 Maha big books for 90.5 book points. Bhakta Vijendra, who, by the way, has already come in and left. He came in, he's determined to try to come for Mangalarti regularly. Last year he was like, I don't remember, 2nd or 3rd place in the marathon here, quite high up, right? Oh, he won last year? It was? Okay. Please forgive me. I have few marathons. So last year he won the marathon, but this year he's got a real job. So so he's working during the day. But he took a whole stack of books to work with him in the city, and he's going to go out in his lunch break and distribute books in Liverpool Street and around Moorgate and that area. So he's fired up, and then he's going to go out in the evening after work with some of the devotees from our mentorship group and try to distribute books. So, but yesterday he collected 275 Lakshmi points, distributed 39 medium, 55 Maha big books for 129.5 book points. Bhakti Vijendra Prabhu Ki. Total of 22 scores, 1,748 Lakshmi points, 546 medium, 56 big, 173 Maha big books for 677 book points. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution Key. And just a little bit from the top scores. This is the after day one for the national score sheet. Bhakta Pradeep doing contact Sankirtan at the manor is at the top, but he'll move to another sheet later. Ananda Chaitanya Prabhu, more or less for street Sankirtan in first place with 207.5 book points. Second place, Bhakta Nikita is Soho with 196 book points. Third place, Gopal Roy Prabhu from Wales, 162 book points. And fifth place, Bhakta Neer Prabhu from Soho, 152 book points. And then, down to in top six, Vijendra Prabhu is in sixth place. So Soho, right up there at the moment. So let's see how long that lasts. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution Key. Creating competition key. Okay, so we'll offer our prayer to the Lordships and then serve out the prasad. We need volunteers to help with the serving this morning. Any devotees who are not rushing out the door immediately. Okay, and to help clean up the temple room after breakfast. Prema Harinam Prabhu. Anyone who can help with that service? Anyone else? Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Dear Shishi Radhalanda Nishwar, Jagannath Baladevan Subhadra, Shishi Gauranitai, and Giri Govardhan, we offer our most respectful obeisances unto you. With a mood of deep gratitude and appreciation, we request your causeless mercy upon us. For your pleasure, if you so desire, we wish to erect a holy place of your transcendental pastimes that will attract unlimited souls to your service and fulfill the vision of your pure devotee Srila Prabhupada for London. Please enable us to cooperate together in order to satisfy you in this way. And please help us to distribute thousands and thousands of Srila Prabhupada's books for your pleasure during this marathon. We, your surrendered servants, humbly beg. New Temple for the Lordships Ki. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution Ki. Taigo Premanandi. Please, if everyone can help to bring the prasadam up, we can serve out and get on with the day's activities. Hare Krishna.